These are the required formulas. Limit x tends to 0, ex minus 1 by x is equal to 1. And number 2 is limit x tends to 0, a to the power x minus 1 by x is equal to log base a. Now, third number formula which we have to use is log 1 plus x by x. And limit x tends to 0, it is also 1. And fourth formula is limit x tends to 0, 1 plus x whole to the power 1 by x is equal to e. Let us think about the sums on this base. Limit x tends to 0, e to the power minus x minus 1 by x. The thing we have to do is, this sums can be solved by number 1 formula. So let's see how. If there is in the denominator, if I put minus x like this, then minus 1 has to be multiplied in the numerator. Now the total value of this limit is 1 and minus comes down, it is minus 1. So I have written over here why we are using 1. Next sums is limit x tends to 0, e to the power x minus 1 minus e to the power minus x by x. So this one can be done in this way. I'll take minus 1 and plus 1. Why? We can separate out this 2 in this form. Okay, if I take minus common, we will get e to the power minus x minus 1. Now separate these two items in this way. Once you get separated, then put the limits as usual. The first part is a formula, and the second part I have to place minus x, and then for minus x I have to write minus 1 also. So we are getting minus 1, minus of minus 1, it gives you 1, and then 1 plus 1 is 2. Formula is again written over here. Now, next sums is this one. Limit x tends to 0, 7 to the power x minus 1 by tan x. So the upper part, if you can see the formula, one second. Yeah, this formula. Limit x tends to 0, e to the power x minus 1 by x is needed. So in the place of a, you can see 7 is there. So what I need is x is the denominator. If x I put it over here as a denominator, I have to multiply x above. So just put the limits separately, and then what we'll get, limit x tends to 0, x by tan x is 1, and this one, as the formula suggests, is log e, it will be log e 7, and if you multiply, you'll get log e 7. Next sums. Limit x tends to 0, 3 to the power x minus 1 by 2 irrational form is there. We have to rationalize it. Rationalize the denominator. And then after rationalizing, we will get the denominator as this. So 2 to get cancelled, it becomes x, and this x will be easily available for 3 to the power x minus 1. So separate it out with a limit, and after that, using the formula, this form, we can easily write log e3. And if you put the limit x tends to 0 in the second part, you will get root 2 plus root 2. That is 2 root 2. 2 root 2 log 3. Let's come to this one. we can easily separate like this. The e to the power x minus 1 by x and x by x. X by x is already 1. And the first part is a formula, so 1 minus 1 gives you 0. It's very easy sums. Now come to this form. So over here we are not getting the form, no problem. So we have to take, see the numerator part, x minus 1 as h. If you take x minus 1 as h and x is tending towards 1, then of course h will tend towards 0. Now replace all the x towards h. So it will be like this. If you can see this in this way, 1 by log 1 plus h by h, you will see that this is having a formula which is like this. So exactly the same manner is it in denominator, and it's 1 by 1 is 1. So let's come to the next part. Here again I am taking minus 1 and plus 1, and sine 3x needs 3x as the denominator. So I'm writing 3x multiplying with 3x. Now we can easily separate out with 3x. Now sine 3x needs 3x, so we are separating out, okay, and 3x. Now the question is, this part is not coming in the form, so we have to remove this 3 as a denominator. I'll write 1 by 3. Now this one total comes in a formula, you can see. So this is the answer. Next sums is this one, similar sums. So what I'll do is x minus 3 as h, same type of. So if x tends to 3, then h tends to, if h tends to 0, then h tends to 3. So in the place of x I am placing 3 plus h. So in the place of x I am placing 3 plus h. So if I am separating out e to the power 3 into e to the power h, so I can take out e to the power 3 common. So it's coming out e to the power h minus 1. So e3 into eh minus e3. We can easily take out common e3. What is left out? eh minus 1. e3 is a constant number, so just place it before the limit and it gives you 1. 1 into e3 is e3. Next sum is limit. Now the root, irrational part is on the numerator. So rationalize the numerator. So to rationalizing, we'll get this feature. And the above one is a minus b, a plus b. We'll get a square minus b square form. So it becomes x. X, if I separate out with log 1 plus x, right? Its limit x tends to 0. And separate this part out. Now just place the values. This you can write like 1 by, reverse of that part. This is 1 by 2. So we're getting 1 by 1 into 1 by 2. The formula is this is equal to 1. This is applicable in this part. Okay. The next one is this sums. From here you can easily write 3 square in place of 9. And 3 to the power 2 plus x is 3 square into 3 to the power x. Now take out 3 to square common. It is coming with 3 to the power x minus 1. Now we need x as the denominator. And even if sin x also, we need x as a denominator. So we can separate out. 3 square is out because it's a constant. 3 to the power x minus 1 limit, and 1 by limit x tends to 0 sin x by x. This gives you 1, this gives you 1. Sorry, not 1, log e3. So 9 log e3 gives you the answer. So this is the full exercise to be done.